Okay, this lesson is still factoring. This is building on what we learned last week. So last week, whenever we were factoring, we only had a 1 in front of our squared term. So this week, we have more than that. But thankfully, the process and everything that we learned last week stays the same. So this shouldn't be too much of a curveball. The numbers and stuff that we're working with are just going to be a little bit bigger. But that's when factor finder and things like that that I showed you are going to come into play, and they're going to help you out a little bit. Okay, so this is worksheet 1. This is your homework. We're just going to do 2 examples together, and then you'll have the other 4 to do by yourself, and then you'll do worksheet 2 as well. So we're going to start with number 1. We have 3p squared minus 2p minus 5. So first thing is to make sure there's no negative sign out in front of our a term, which there's not. So now we can move on to step 2, where we multiply a and c. And I'm going to draw a couple blanks here. This is multiplying and adding. Okay, so we're going to multiply to a times c. So 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. So that's going in blank 1. Then we always put the middle number in blank 2, so negative 2. Okay, so we're finding two numbers that multiply to negative 15 and add to negative 2. So my options, negative 1 and 15, negative 3 and 5. All right, so negative 1 plus 15, not going to get us negative 2. Negative 3 plus 5 would be positive 2, but we need negative 2. So that means what I need to do is switch the sign. So it's going to be positive 3, negative 5. So that's going to be the pair that I use. Okay, then I need to draw my binomials. This time I have p's instead of x's. Doesn't make a difference. And now I need to fill in. So plus 3 minus 5, which was my pair. Now last week, whenever we were doing this, we always divided by 1 because that's what my a term was. But this time, my a term is 3, so I need to divide by 3. Okay, 3 over 3, that reduces to be 1, so I'm going to keep it 1. Negative 5 over 3 does not reduce. I do not want decimals. So what did we do last week with our denominator? We circled it and we kicked it out front. So this is going to be 3p minus 5. And that is my answer. Okay, so the process, nothing changed except for at the end when you have to divide. We're not dividing by 1 anymore. We're dividing by whatever that leading number is. And then if we have to reduce, we reduce. Okay, now we're going to do number 4 together. So you'll have to do 2, 3, 5, and 6 on your own. Number 4, we've got 3n squared minus 8n plus 4. So I'm going to draw my blanks again. Okay, first step is to pull out a negative sign that is out front. We don't have one. So now we can multiply a times c. 3 times 4 is 12. And then we write our middle term in the second blank. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to 12 and add to negative 8. Since this number here is negative, that means that both of these numbers needs to be negative. So here's my options, negative 1 and negative 12, negative 2 and negative 6, negative 3 and negative 4. That's it. I don't have any other options. Now I need to figure out of those pairs, which one, when I add the two numbers together, is going to give me negative 8. Well, negative 1 and negative 12, definitely not. Negative 2 plus negative 6 is negative 8. So that's my pair that I need. Okay, now I need to draw my binomials. This time I have n's, and I need to fill in my numbers, minus 2, minus 6. Okay, biggest mistake is students stop here and they think this is their answer. But what haven't we done yet? We haven't divided. So I need to divide by a, which is 3. Okay, negative 2 over 3, the only thing that that does is turn into a decimal, which we do not want. So I need to take this number and put it out front. And then negative 6 over 3, that reduces to negative 2. So this would be my final answer, 3n minus 2, n minus 2. Okay, if you get stuck, you're confused, make sure that you come and ask for help.